Welcome back to Top Coin. Today, we are diving deep into the fascinating world of the 1989 United States 1-cent coin, also known as the Lincoln penny. What makes this ordinary-looking coin special? Could you have a fortune hiding in your pocket change? Stick around as we unveil the history, varieties, mint errors, and, most importantly, how much these coins could be worth today. The Lincoln penny has a rich history dating back to 1909, when it was first introduced to commemorate the 100th birth anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse of the coin features Lincoln's iconic portrait, a design that has remained largely unchanged for over a century. Fast forward to 1989. The Lincoln penny was still a staple of everyday transactions in America. This particular year marked the 80th anniversary of the Lincoln penny's introduction. However, unlike earlier pennies made of mostly copper, the 1989 penny was struck using a copper-plated zinc composition. This change in metal content, which began in 1982, was a cost-saving measure by the U.S. Mint. The 1989 Lincoln penny was struck at three major U.S. Mint facilities: Philadelphia Mint, No Mint Mark; Denver Mint, D Mint Mark; San Francisco Mint, S Mint Mark, proof coins only in total. The Philadelphia Mint struck over 7.2 billion pennies, while the Denver Mint produced 5.3 billion. The San Francisco Mint contributed about 3.2 million proof coins, which were made specifically for collectors. Now, let's talk about the most exciting part: valuable errors and varieties that could turn a regular 1989 penny into a collector's dream. 1989 Double Die Obverse, DDO. This rare error occurs when the coin's design is struck twice slightly misaligned, creating a noticeable doubling effect on Lincoln's profile, lettering, and date. Some of these coins have sold for hundreds to thousands of dollars at auctions. 1989 D Double Die Reverse, DDR, another fantastic variety where the doubling is seen on the reverse side, particularly in the Lincoln memorial columns and inscriptions. These coins can fetch significant premiums depending on the clarity of the doubling. Off-center strikes. If you find a 1989 penny that was struck off-center by a certain percentage, especially 50% or more, it could be worth $100 to $500 or more. Clipped planchet error. Some 1989 pennies were struck on defective planchets, leaving a curved or straight cut on the coin. Depending on the severity, these can range from $20 to $150. No FG error. This variety occurs when the initials, FG, representing designer Frank Gasparo, are missing on the reverse of the coin. Collectors hunt for these oddities, and they can sell for a premium. Now, the burning question: how much is a 1989 Lincoln penny worth today? While circulated examples are usually worth only face value, high-grade and error coins can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Here's a breakdown. Regular 1989 penny, circulated, typically worth 1 cent to 10 cents. Uncirculated MS65, Philadelphia or Denver, around $5 to $10. Proof 1989 S penny, PR69. PR70 can range from $10 to $50. Double Die Obverse, DDO, and Reverse, DDR, prices start at $100 and can exceed $1,000. Major mint errors: off-center, clipped planchet, no FG, etc., valued anywhere between $50 to $500 plus. Depending on rarity and condition, collectors and investors are always on the lookout for high-grade error and proof coins. If you think you have a rare 1989 penny, consider getting it professionally graded by PCGS or NGC to maximize its value. So, where can you find these valuable pennies? Here are some expert tips. Check your pocket change. You never know what might be lurking in your daily transactions. Coin roll hunting. Visit your bank, get rolls of pennies, and search for rare varieties. Estate sales and flea markets, sometimes. Old collections get overlooked and sold for cheap. Garage sales and thrift stores. Always keep an eye on coin collections at secondhand shops. Online marketplaces, eBay and coin auction sites often have hidden gems waiting to be discovered. And there you have it. The 1989 Lincoln penny might seem like just another coin, but with the right variety or condition, it could be worth big money. Have you ever found a rare or valuable penny in your change? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more awesome coin videos. Until next time, happy collecting. Today, we have an exciting episode that might just change the way you look at your pocket change forever. We're diving deep into the 1994 1-cent United States coin. Could this tiny piece of copper be worth a fortune? Stay tuned as we explore its fascinating history, errors, and how some of these coins have fetched big money in the market. Before we get into the value and potential riches hiding in your spare change, let's take a quick dive into the history of this remarkable coin. The Lincoln cent, also known as the penny, has been an integral part of American currency since 1909, when it was first introduced to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this coin has seen multiple design and composition changes over the years. Now, let's fast forward to 1994. The Lincoln penny produced this year follows the same basic design introduced in 1959, featuring Lincoln's portrait on the obverse, front, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, back. The 1994 penny was minted in 3 major locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D mint mark; and San Francisco, S mint mark for proof coins. But what makes these coins special? Let's find out. Let's break down the technical aspects of the 1994 Lincoln penny. These coins are made from 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper, a composition introduced in 1982 to replace the earlier copper-based pennies. The coin weighs 2.5 grams and measures 19.05 millimeters in diameter. Now, let's talk about mintage. In 1994, the U.S. Mint produced billions of pennies, but not all pennies are created equal. Here are the mintage numbers. Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark 6, 500, 850, 000. Denver Mint, D mint mark 7, 131, 765, 000. San Francisco Mint, S mint mark. Proof only 3, 269, 923 inch. With such high mintage numbers, you may be wondering, how can these coins be valuable? Well, certain rare varieties, errors, and pristine conditions can make a world of difference. What makes a 1994 penny worth thousands of dollars? It's all about errors and condition. Let's explore some of the rare and valuable errors that collectors are on the hunt for. Double die obverse, DDO. Some 1994 pennies show clear doubling in the inscriptions Liberty and In God We Trust. If you spot this error, you could be looking at a coin worth $100 or more. Off-center strikes. If the coin was misaligned during the minting process, it can result in an off-center strike, where part of the design is missing. Depending on how extreme the error is, these coins can fetch between $50 to $500. Clipped planchet. A coin that has a missing portion due to a miscut blank is known as a clipped planchet. These unique errors can sell for $20 to $200, depending on severity. Broad struck error. If a penny was struck outside the retaining collar, it will appear flattened and stretched. This error can be worth up to $150 or more. Wrong planchet errors. Some pennies have mistakenly been struck on nickel, dime, or foreign planchets, making them extremely rare and valuable. Now, let's talk big money. A standard 1994 penny in circulated condition is worth face value, just 1 cent. However, if you find a coin in uncirculated condition or one with an error, the price can skyrocket. Here are some real auction results. A 1994 penny graded MS67 by PCGS sold for over $1,000. A 1994 D penny with an error sold for $7.50. A proof 1994 S Lincoln cent in PR70 deep cameo condition sold for over $300. The key to finding valuable coins is condition and rarity. If you come across a 1994 penny with a potential error, get it professionally graded by PCGS or NGC to maximize its value. So, how can you find these valuable coins? Here are some pro tips. Search through your pocket change. Rare pennies can still be found in circulation. Coin roll hunting. Get rolls of pennies from your local bank and search for uncirculated coins or errors. Estate sales and flea markets, sometimes. Hidden treasures are waiting to be discovered in old coin collections. Buy bulk penny bags. Dealers sometimes sell unsearched bags of pennies where gems may be hiding. And that's a wrap on our deep dive into the 1994 1-cent United States coin. Who knew such a small coin could have such a big history and potential value? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon to stay updated on our latest discoveries. And let me know in the comments, have you ever found a rare or valuable coin in your change? Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep searching and keep collecting. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of U.S. coinage as we explore the 1998 United States 1-cent coin. This humble penny might look ordinary at first glance, but don't let its small size fool you. some of these coins could be worth thousands of dollars. Stay with us until the end as we uncover its history, rarity, and value in today's numismatic market. The U.S. 1-cent coin, commonly known as the penny, has a long and storied history dating back to 1793. However, the modern design that we see today, featuring the profile of President Abraham Lincoln, was first introduced in 1909 to mark the 100th anniversary of his birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this iconic coin replaced the Indian head cent and has remained largely unchanged in its obverse front design since then. Fast forward to 1998, and the Lincoln penny was still going strong, with millions being minted at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. This particular year falls into the final decade before the transition to a new reverse design in 2009. But what makes the 1998 penny so special? It's all about key errors, variations, and high-grade conditions. Now, let's talk about what truly makes the 1998 penny stand out, the rare errors and varieties that can fetch a hefty sum in the collector's market. 1998 Wide AM variety. The most well-known variety of the 1998 penny is the wide AM error in the word America on the reverse side. Normally, the letters A and M are supposed to be close together, but in some cases, they were mistakenly minted with a wider spacing. This happened due to the use of a proof die on regular circulation strikes. If you find one of these, it could be worth $300 to $500 in mint state grades. 1998 close AM variety. The standard 1998 penny should have a close AM, but proof coins were struck with a wide AM. If you find a close AM on a proof coin, congratulations. You might be looking at a rare find worth over $1,000. Double die errors. Some 1998 pennies exhibit doubling in inscriptions like Liberty or the year 1998 itself. These double die errors can range in value from $50 to over $1,000, depending on the severity and grade. Now, you might be wondering, how much is a 1998 penny worth if it's in perfect condition? Let's break it down by grade. Circulated condition, usually worth face value, 1 cent, unless an error is present. Mint state, MS 60 to MS 65 can fetch anywhere from $5 to $20 due to collector demand. High mint state, MS 66 to MS 67 values jump significantly to $50 to $500. MS 68 and above. Coins in near-perfect condition are extremely rare and can command prices of $1,000 or more. In fact, some of the highest-graded 1998 pennies have sold for over $5,000 at major auctions. So, always check your pennies for errors and grade quality before spending them. Want to know how to check your 1998 pennies at home? Here's what you'll need: a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to check for error details like the wide AM. A digital scale to ensure it weighs exactly 2.5 grams, modern zinc composition. A coin reference book or online guide to compare your coin's details. A protective holder to keep valuable finds in pristine condition. So there you have it. The 1998 US 1-cent coin might just be hiding some incredible treasures. Whether it's a wide AM variety, a high-grade specimen, or a rare double die error, your pocket change could be worth a small fortune. Have you found any rare 1998 pennies in your collection? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into numismatics, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update on valuable coins. What if I told you that a simple 1-cent coin from the year 2000 could be worth a small fortune today? Yes, you heard that right. A penny you might have overlooked could be worth thousands of dollars. And today, we're going to uncover everything you need to know about the 2000 United States 1-cent coin. Stay tuned until the end, as we reveal the most valuable versions of this coin that are still in circulation. To truly understand the significance of the 2001 cent coin, we must go back in time to the early 1900s. The Lincoln cent, introduced in 1909, was the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure, President Abraham Lincoln. This design, created by Victor David Brenner, replaced the Indian head cent and has since become one of the most iconic coins in American history. Over the decades, the Lincoln cent has undergone several modifications, including material changes during World War II and design updates in 1959 and 2009. Fast forward to the year 2000, and we arrive at the coin in question. The U.S. Mint continued producing the Lincoln Memorial design on the reverse, which had been in place since 1959. However, Something special happened that your certain minting errors and varieties made this coin highly sought after by collectors. The 2000 Lincoln Cent features the classic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. Around the edge, we see the inscriptions "In God We Trust, Liberty," in the year 2000. Below Lincoln's shoulder, Brenner's initials V.B. are subtly placed out on the reverse. We find the Grand Lincoln Memorial, a design by Frank Gasparo, symbolizing Lincoln's lasting legacy. If you look closely, you can even spot a tiny representation of Lincoln seated inside the memorial. This penny is composed of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper, giving it a distinctive reddish appearance. But what makes this particular year special? Let's find out. As with any coin, errors and varieties can turn an ordinary penny into a rare and valuable collectible. The 2001 cent coin is no exception. Here are the key varieties you should watch out for. 2000 wide AM variety. One of the most famous and valuable errors, this variety features a noticeable gap between the letters and M in America on the reverse. Normally, these letters are very close together, but due to a mix-up in die usage, certain 2000 pennies were struck with a wide spacing. Depending on its condition, this coin can fetch anywhere from $50 to over $1,000 at auction. 2000 double die obverse, DDO. Another sought-after variety is the double die obverse. Some pennies from 2000 display noticeable doubling in inscriptions like Liberty or the date. These coins can be valued at $100 to $500 depending on their condition. 2000 off-center strikes. Coins that were misaligned during the striking process can exhibit partial designs with a blank planchet section. These can be worth $50 to several $100s depending on how off-center the strike is. 2000 clipped planchet errors. These pennies are missing a portion of their rim due to a defect in the metal blank cutting process. Such errors can be worth anywhere between $30 and $200. Now, you might be wondering, how do I find one of these valuable 2000 pennies? Here are a few tips. Check your pocket change. Many of these error coins are still in circulation today, so always examine your pennies closely. Search bankrolls. Visit your local bank and ask for rolls of pennies. Many collectors have discovered rare varieties simply by searching through these rolls. Use a magnifying glass or loupe. Some errors are subtle and require magnification to spot. Attend coin shows and auctions. If you want to buy or sell a valuable 2000 penny, attending numismatic events is a great way to do so. Believe it or not, some 2001 cent coins have sold for thousands of dollars at auction. A pristine, uncirculated wide AM variety, graded MS67 by PCGS, once sold for over $2,000. Double die varieties and off-center strikes have also fetched impressive prices. If you find one of these coins in high-grade condition, consider getting it professionally graded. It could significantly increase its value. So, the next time you come across a 2000 Lincoln Cent, take a closer look. You never know, you might be holding a coin worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible numismatic discoveries. Let us know in the comments if you've ever found a valuable penny. Until next time, happy collecting. Today, we're diving deep into a small but mighty piece of American history, the 2005 United States 1 cent coin. You may think it's just an ordinary penny, but did you know that some of these coins are worth a fortune? That's right. Some rare errors and varieties of the 2005 Lincoln penny have fetched thousands of dollars in auctions. Stick around till the end, and you might just learn how to spot one of these valuable coins in your pocket change. Before we uncover the true hidden value of the 2005 Lincoln penny, let's take a quick look at its fascinating history. The 1 cent coin has a deep-rooted legacy in the United States, dating all the way back to 1793. However, the most famous version of the cent is the Lincoln penny, introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln cent was the first U.S. coin to feature the portrait of a real historical figure. Fast forward to 2005, the Lincoln penny continued its legacy, featuring the same obverse design of Lincoln's profile. However, the reverse still carried the classic Lincoln Memorial design, which had been in place since 1959. It wasn't until 2009, the bicentennial of Lincoln's birth, that the design was changed once again. So, the 2005 Lincoln cent represents one of the last years of the Lincoln Memorial reverse design before the transition. Now, Let's take a closer look at the design and specifications of the 2005 1-cent coin. The obverse side showcases the iconic profile of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor D. Brenner. If you look closely, you'll notice the "In God We Trust" inscription above Lincoln's head, with liberty to the left and the year 2005 to the right. On the reverse side, we have the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. If you look closely, you can even see the tiny figure of Lincoln seated inside the memorial. The inscriptions include United States of America along the top, E Pluribus Unum right above the memorial, and 1 cent at the bottom. Specifications-wise, the coin is made of copper-plated zinc, weighing 2.5 grams and measuring 19.05 millimeters in diameter. Its composition consists of 97.5% zinc and only 2.5% copper. This composition was introduced in 1982 to reduce the cost of producing pennies, as copper prices were rising. Now, here comes the part you've been waiting for: the value of the 2005 1-cent coin. While most 2005 pennies are worth just face value, there are certain key varieties and errors that make them worth big money. Let's break them down. 2005 Double Die Penny. One of the most exciting varieties to look for is the double die penny. This error occurs when the coin's die strikes the design slightly offset, creating a noticeable doubling effect. The most famous double die pennies have doubling on liberty or the date, 2005. If you happen to find one, you could be looking at a coin worth anywhere from $50 to $1,000, depending on its condition. 2005 Satin Finish Penny, SMS, Special Mint Set. In 2005, the U.S. Mint released a special mint set containing coins with a satin finish. These coins were struck with a unique texture that makes them more valuable than regular circulation pennies. If you have an uncirculated satin finish 2005 penny in pristine condition, it could fetch anywhere from $5 to $1.50. 2005 Off-Center Strike Penny. Off-center errors are always a favorite among collectors. If you find a 2005 penny where the design is struck off-center by 10% to 50%, you might have a coin worth anywhere from $10 to $500, depending on the severity of the misalignment. 2005 BIE Error Penny. Another cool error to look for is the BIE variety. This occurs when a small die break creates a tiny raised line between the letters B and E in Liberty. These coins can range from $5 to $50 in value. High-grade MS67 plus 2005 pennies. Last but not least, if you have a 2005 penny in mint state 67, MS67, or higher, you could have a gem. Pennies graded MS67 or above are rare and can fetch hundreds of dollars at auctions. So, how can you spot these valuable 2005 pennies in your collection or pocket change? Here are some quick tips. Use a magnifying glass to check for doubling on the lettering and date. Look for any noticeable minting errors like off-center strikes or die breaks. Check the coin's surface. If it has a satin finish, it could be an SMS penny from a special mint set. If you think you have a high-grade penny, consider sending it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC for evaluation. And there you have it. The 2005 Lincoln penny may seem like just another coin, but with the right variety or error, it could be worth a small fortune. So, next time you come across a penny, take a closer look. You might just be holding a hidden treasure in your hands. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to Top Coin, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on our latest coin videos. Also, let me know in the comments, have you ever found a rare 2005 penny in your collection? I'd love to hear your stories, where we uncover the hidden gems in the world of coins. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most overlooked coins in circulation, the 2011 United States 1-cent coin. You might think, it's just a penny. But what if I told you that certain versions of this coin could be worth much more than just 1 cent? Stick around, because you won't want to miss this. Before we explore the fascinating 2011 penny, let's take a quick journey back in time. The 1-cent coin has been a staple in American currency since 1793, when the first large cents were introduced. Over the years, we've seen multiple redesigns, from the iconic Indian head penny in 1859 to the beloved Lincoln wheat cents of 1909, and finally, the modern Lincoln Shield design, which was introduced in 2010. Now, let's talk about the star of the show, the 2011 Lincoln Shield cent. This particular design was introduced in 2010, replacing the Lincoln Memorial reverse that had been in circulation since 1959. The obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909, still features the enduring profile of President Abraham Lincoln. The reverse, designed by LINCLON, showcases a Union shield with 13 vertical stripes and a horizontal banner inscribed with 1 cent, symbolizing Lincoln's efforts to preserve the Union during the Civil War. The 2011 Lincoln Shield cent was minted at 3 different facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Here are the mintage numbers for each. Philadelphia Mint, 2.4 billion. Denver Mint, 2.5 billion. San Francisco Mint, proof coins 1.6 million with billions of coins produced. You might think these pennies are just pocket change. But certain variations, errors, and conditions can turn an ordinary 2011 penny into a valuable collector's item. Now, let's get to the exciting part: valuable errors and rare finds. Keep an eye out for these rare varieties. Double die obverse, DDO. Some 2011 pennies have noticeable doubling on the date and inscriptions like Liberty and In God We Trust. These can sell for $50 to $200 depending on the severity of the doubling. Off-center strikes. A misaligned die can result in a portion of the design being missing. Coins with a 50% off-center strike have sold for upwards of $150. Die cracks and cuts. Some 2011 cents have noticeable cracks due to aging dies. Large die breaks can increase the value to $20-$50. Transitional errors. If you happen to find a 2011 penny struck on a copper planchet instead of zinc, it could be worth thousands. A pre-1982 planchet mistakenly used in 2011 could be an ultra-rare find. Condition is everything when it comes to coin collecting. A 2011 penny in circulation with wear and tear is generally worth only face value. However, if you have an uncirculated or proof version graded MS 67 or higher by PCGS or NGC, you could be looking at a value of $50 to $500 depending on rarity. So where can you find these valuable 2011 pennies? Here are some great places to start. Coin rolls from banks. A roll of pennies only costs 50 cents, and you might discover hidden gems inside. Pocket change. Always check your spare change, because you never know what might be hiding in plain sight. Estate sales and flea markets. Sometimes, people sell coin collections without realizing their full value. Online auctions and coin dealers. If you're serious about investing, buying graded coins from reputable sources is the best way to go. Now, let's talk money. While most 2011 pennies are worth just a cent, here are a few notable sales that prove this little coin has big potential. A 2011 DDO Error penny in MS 67 condition sold for $350 at auction. A rare off-center 2011 penny fetched $175 on eBay. High-grade proof pennies from San Francisco have sold for $500 or more. These might not be life-changing sums, but if you have a collection of rare pennies, their combined value can add up. So, the next time you come across a 2011 penny, don't just toss it into your piggy bank. Take a closer look. Who knows? You might just have a hidden treasure in your hands. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of rare pennies, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss our latest coin discoveries. Also, drop a comment below if you've ever found a valuable penny in circulation.